Hey everyone, and welcome to our App Growth panel by SplitMetrics. We are very glad to have you with us today. And also, if you're watching this webinar on demand, you're also very welcome. Meanwhile, while the audience, our peers are gathering, please let us know if you can hear us and if you can see us well. Please submit your responses on the chat section. And now, as I see, people keep joining us. That's really awesome. So let's get to know each other a bit more. Let's get acquainted to each other. So could you please share where you are watching us from? Please drop your country or your place on the chat. And I think all of us will be quite curious on that. Come on, guys, be more active. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Berlin, Chicago, Utah, Colorado, joining from India. Good morning from Boston. Good morning. Warsaw, Minnesota, Brazil, Iceland. Oh, thank you, guys. You are so awesome. Thank you for being so active. Pakistan, Malaga, Spain. Oh, I just returned from Spain. Greetings to Spain. Switzerland, Slovenia, Manchester, again, Boston. Welcome, guys. That's so cool. I think we are having a truly international party today. So awesome that we have such a great audience from different corners of the world. And I'm not surprised that such wonderful guests are joining us for a great discussion we're going to have today. Its topic is Apple Chats in 2023. Best practices, automation solutions, and of course, success stories. Let me once again welcome everyone. We are very happy to have you here at the SplitMetrics App Growth panel. And as you might already know, SplitMetrics is a global company offering an ecosystem of enterprise-grade solutions, services, products that serve as a growth engine for mobile businesses. We are also an official Apple Chats partner. And so my name is Lina Danilchik. I'm from SplitMetrics. And as you might have already understood, I will be the host of today's meeting. So now it's high time you welcomed our experts and panelists. And the first one I would love to introduce is Ben Bowen from Adjust. Ben is the US-based partnerships manager at Adjust, responsible for overseeing product and commercial-based strategic partnerships. With extensive experience in programmatic advertising and mobile measurement, of course, he brings a wealth of expertise to the field of mobile marketing. Welcome, Ben. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Oh, sorry, I was going to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody in all the areas of the world.
Really good point. Good point, because we saw good morning and somewhere it's already evening. And so that's awesome. And now let me introduce Daria Radchikova, our very own Daria from SplitMetrics. Daria is a mobile growth enthusiast with a proven track record of driving user acquisition and engagement for apps. With more than 3 years of experience in the mobile marketing industry, Daria has developed a deep understanding of the factors that contribute to the success of mobile apps and games. Welcome, Daria.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here today and hope you will enjoy our session.
And the last but not least, very valuable expert and panelist today is Yi Gong, Growth Marketing Senior Director from Tilting Point, amazing mobile gaming company. So Yi oversees the growth of the gaming portfolio, including user acquisition, ad monetization, and ASO, App Store optimization. Hi, Yi. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here, and hopefully we can enjoy the panel today. Yeah.
I believe everyone will enjoy that. Thank you so much. And just before we start, I'd like to cover just a few important items. Of course, we all our panelists are well prepared, and we have some questions we will discuss today. But I wanted to let you guys know that we are also open to the questions from you, from the audience. So please feel free to submit yours on the chat, and be careful to choose the option to send your question to everyone so that everyone could see that. Either our panelists or the team will share the responses. And but if we don't have enough time for that today, although we are having the Q&A session, but in case we don't have time to cover all the questions, no worries, we will cover them later and send the answers via an follow-up email, or we'll publish them as part of our webinar blog post. And also, I think it's important to know that we are recording the session and we'll be sending it shortly after the panel. So let's finally start. Let's wait no more. And now let's start with voting as part of our first poll. I will ask our events team to launch the poll. It's of course about Apple Search Ads placements. So I think everyone is curious. Everyone is wondering about how various Apple Search Ads placements are adopted in the industry. So please vote, and we will share the results later today. So the first option is search results ads, old but gold, as they say. Today tab campaigns, search tab campaigns, and ads on product pages. And so we'd like to kick off our today's discussion with the most recent trend we observe within Apple Search Ads channel, the multi-placement and strategies, and dive deeper into how app advertisers choose their ad placement mix for maximized results, for the most effective outcomes. So my first question is to Daria. Daria, can you please tell us a bit more about the latest updates to the Apple Search Ads placements and how SplitMetrics customers usually mix them up?
Sure, we'll be happy to answer. So as you all know, right now at the moment, we have 4 different places in Apple Search Ads, which is Today tab, search results, and product page while browsing. And what we see currently among our clients is that the ones who utilize multi-placement strategies win a lot. So today I decided to bring a case with one of our clients in the gaming categories who basically decided to implement a multi-placement strategy to promote their game. So to expand the user base into the new market, they decided to launch Today tab ads by basically helping to improve brand awareness among various audiences. Later on, to increase web visibility and collaborate with more broad audience before they narrow it out in search results, they invested in ads on the search tab, which basically featured as the top of the suggested app list. While their collaboration with Apple Search Ads, they also collaborate with SplitMetrics Acquire. Specifically for this case, the team have been using automation rules, and they were getting insights on custom product pages they were implementing in the case. And I believe we're all here to listen to the numbers, and I would like to share that only after 1 week using today's tab ads, we got significant results. Basically, we got, if I'm not mistaken, 24% increase in impressions, 30% increase in tabs for brand campaigns, and overall, this client was able to increase their mobile revenue 11 times higher over 2 years collaboration with Apple Search Ads, and basically by implementing Apple Search Ads in their UA strategy. I would like to note that since July 11th, Apple launched a new format of today's tab ads. So basically these ads will feature the app icon, subtitle, you basically provided to App Store Connect. And this type of an approach will also require custom product page, but it will be visible to the users after they tap on the icon and name and subtitle on the Today tab. I believe that today we'll speak more about custom product pages, but a little bit later because it's also a hot topic to discuss.
For sure, we'll speak today and tomorrow and on Monday. So yeah, that's true. And now, Ben, let me also bring you into the discussion, as you are basically a representative of a leading mobile measurement partner, and I'm sure you observe a lot on your end. So could you please share how Adjust clients leverage all available Apple Search Ads placements, and how many ad locations do they use on average, and whether the new ad placements, Today tab ads and ads on product pages are popular among your customers?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, Apple search ads are pretty much the easiest ads to manage using Adjust. So all you need is the ad services framework, and the rest is automated. So here's an interesting fact. Less than half of advertisers are using custom product pages right now. So Apple search is still where advertisers are putting their money. So now here's where Adjust comes into play. So we let you fine tune your approach right down to the keyword level. And if you're utilizing them, the custom product pages too, allowing you to be precise and effective in your strategy. And let's not forget about the Today tab, not the Tomorrow tab. Sorry, not making a joke, but a Today tab, where it's not just about the direct results. So the Today tab is a great place to build your brand and support the core work you're doing with your Apple search ads. So I like to say it's like the cherry on top of your advertising sundae.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. Today tab is really very promising, as I see it as well. And now let's see this question from the perspective of the end user. So could you please share your experience with that? Which Apple Search Ads placements proved to be the most effective for you at Tilting Point?
Yes. So on our side, we still see search result as the most stabilized performance with good ROAS. Like, we have run it for longest time, and the keywords that we find working very well, we continue to scale and drive good LTV of users. For sure, we're exploring new keywords as well. We have tested new placement as well, because yeah, I definitely agree that multi-placement is a good strategy to utilize the Apple search platform. So we tested Today's tab, search tab, product page ads as well. I would say among the tests we're doing, Today's tab have some interesting KPIs. There's some fluctuations on the performance, but we're seeing we get some good learnings in terms of like the bid, CPI, user value, etc. So although we haven't find something that like ROAS wise can beat our search result campaign, but we do plan to invest a bit more on Today's tab when we launch our new games in Q4, because we really believe that especially with the new game launch, invest more on Apple search ads, especially like on Today's tab and also other placement, can drive our awareness on the App Store, and also we definitely will have the featuring, so it will drive the more traffic, and your appearance on the App Store will be much better. So I think that's a strategy that we are preparing to launch our new game in 2 months.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I also believe there can be synergy if you utilize several placements. So thank you for sharing your insights, and it's great you are going to expand this topic, explore it further. And now, before moving to the next subtopic of today's discussion, now let's see and check the responses to our poll number 1. You guys haven't forgotten that you voted recently, right? Oh, and yes, pretty much predictable that such results ads, they took the first place. They headed the list because it's like the most adopted placement so far, but we see that other placements are also very promising. Today tab campaigns, we've just discussed several times. They are on the second place, and closely followed by search tab campaigns. Product page ads are still, I see they are still being adopted, but I want to let you guys know that we are working on something like on a marketing project related to product page ads. I hope it will be really useful. It will provide some insights that will help mobile developers and marketers to start adopting this placement as well. And thank you so much, guys, for voting. Very interesting. Now look forward to the next one, to the next poll. But so far, let's move on to our next topic of discussion. User journey personalization. Personalization is a hot topic like for a few years, but now especially. We all know that personalization now is the key to all users and customers' hearts. And on the App Store, this is something that can be achieved by means of new feature, which has become a must-have. Guess what? Of course, custom product pages. And before we hear real-life examples and success stories from our experts, let's launch another poll, the second one. So thank you. The event team has already published it. So please, guys, vote. If you have tested custom product pages as search results ad variations or to create Today tab ads, how did you rate the performance? Of course, the second part is related to the old format of Today tab ads, but it's still very interesting, still relevant. It's interesting how it performed for you if you tested that. So please vote, and of course, we'll later share the results. And now, Ben, let's move on to this hot custom product pages topic. I know that Adjust one of the first mobile measurement partners in the market to roll out robust and holistic measurement and redirection support for this feature for custom product pages. So may I ask you to share any insights, best practices, or success stories that demonstrate how custom product pages helped your customers improve their pet campaigns performance?
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, as we know, custom product pages are real game changers, especially if you have an app with a bunch of different events you're trying to optimize to. So with custom product pages, you can guide users from various ads to the most fitting App Store product page for your app. So I like to say it's like having a personal GPS for every single user that leads them straight to what they're most interested in. So let's think about our customer Yelp, for instance. They could guide users straight to these custom product pages that really speak to local audiences. So it's like if you're hey, I'm looking for the best pizza place in New York City, it'll be like, hey, check this out. And the best part is that this can seriously boost conversion rates. So it leads to an overall improved performance for the advertiser.
Thank you, Ben. And speaking about improving the performance, Daria, one of the goals for advertisers is to improve cost per acquisition. It's one of the ultimate goals always. It's part of the performance optimization. So could you please share with us how can custom product pages be utilized to optimize conversion rates and ultimately reduce CPA? Can you please share any specific techniques or tactics with our audience?
Sure. Basically, custom product pages topic is one of my favorites and favorites of my clients I work with, because basically it's a great approach to pinpoint your audience. And what is interesting, we at the company conduct lots of webinars and educational materials where we time to time ask our audience a question, whether they test custom product pages or not. And what surprises me most is that more than 50% is still in the consideration phase. And this is basically a big question because in-house we conduct lots of experiments with our clients. If you don't know, at SplitMetrics, we have our own in-house agency called SplitMetrics Agency, where we conduct lots of interesting cases with custom product pages as well. And one of our clients, Tonastro, had a specific case where they came to us with an interest to improve their product page conversion rates and basically increase their user engagement. And what we find out is that they have a really fascinating feature in the app called Violin Tuner. And basically, they have a significant portion of impressions that come for Violin Tuner related keywords. And what we decided is basically to create variation of custom product pages. We implemented it in search results ad variation. And at the end, we got significant results. Mainly, we started utilizing this custom product page in US market. And here are the numbers we got. We increased CTR almost twice, installs grew nearly to 3 times, and what is good, amount of purchases boosted at around 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, at 3.75. So when we got this significant result, we decided to multiply this approach to other markets. Basically, we collaborated with UK, Canada, Ireland, and New Zealand locations, and there we also found good results. TTR grew 1.6 times, install increased by 191%, and we also could increase the number of purchases by 40%. What is good is that we implemented this change before Christmas Eve, and I guess it was also one part of the success because all of us trying to make new resolutions, right? And what more to tell is that we as a company understand that custom product pages topic could be really hard to solve. So in SplitMetrics Acquire, we have lots of tools and functionalities that could help our customers to work with custom product pages. We have a solution called Custom Product Pages Intelligence Tool, which is basically helps you to get insights on custom product pages of your competitors. And basically today we had a great update where you can get the insights by keywords for custom product pages, which is good. Good insight and good possibility to update your custom product pages strategies. This update is already available for our clients. So we're interested and excited to see what new ideas our clients could bring. And what is good is that many of our clients have challenge on managing success of custom product pages, and we in-house have a special dashboard for that. As a really often use case, many of our clients like to compare default pages, product pages results versus custom product page results they launched recently. And basically we provide this opportunity via this dashboard. So if you're interested to test custom product pages, we know the place where you can do it at best.
Thank you so much, Daria, for sharing numbers and this hands-on experience in detail. And now I also wanted to ask Yi. Yi, could you please share your first-hand experience with custom product pages for your gaming app at Tilting Point? Probably you could share some recommendations for user acquisition managers that are looking to enhance the performance of their custom product pages.
Yeah, so when custom product pages are released, we're really excited because we really think that it can bring better user funnels and also for sure ultimately can drive lower acquisition cost. So first of all, like to get it started, we took the winning creative directions from UA ads because those are the first like the creative that users are seeing, and then we designed the CPP based on the top winning creative directions, and then we put them on Apple Search Ads as a test group, and then compare the result with the control campaign. One of the challenges here is you cannot run a pure A/B test with Apple Search Ad for CPP. So what we did is we just keep them run at the same time, which is not a clean test, but that's what we did to get it started. And then we compare the result afterwards. We run this test across different games. We did see some uplift leveraging CPP, some good numbers to share that one of our strategy games did see a lower CPA by about 25 to 30%. We didn't see the same like uplift across all games. So we started, but at least, you know, when you see something's working, it's a good indicator for the team to invest more time with this initiative. So we started some discussion with our ASO team and creative team to brainstorm the creative funnel and then keep iterate what is working on UA, and then design the different CPP and replace the one with the winning creative. One thing I want to share is also, like, we're not doing it too frequently, because we do think that we need to keep the campaign testing for like a couple of weeks, and we also don't want to replace the store pages like every week or every other week. So we do have the campaign always running for 2-3 weeks until we see if it's working or not, and then replace the one that is not working to get new ones. So far, with different tests, there are a couple of games that we actually see good results. There's still some games that we'll keep talking with the team to see if we can get better results by leveraging CPP. Overall, I would say it's a really good product to initiate a test, and has a high chance to see a result as well.
Awesome. Very, very insightful and interesting, really. Thank you so much, Yi, for sharing. So we talked about decreasing CPA, and you got this result for one of your apps. And like you said, that's really a great indicator for exploring this topic further. So I hope you'll be able to achieve even greater results. Meanwhile, I saw a message from Victor on the chat. Victor, thank you so much for sharing your personal experience and your pains, your challenges. Yes, you were mentioning a tool, a third-party tool for creating rules, like watching your competitors. We at SplitMetrics have such a tool, and I think our experts will drop you a line after the webinar. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for being active, for sharing, for voting in our polls, and for sharing your experience on the chat. And by the way, speaking about the polls, now let's check the results of our poll number 2. Oh, that's really, really interesting. As I see, the most part of our audience haven't tried this amazing custom product pages feature yet. Guys, we are talking about custom product pages a lot, and our experts have now shared their own experience, their expertise, their insights, what they were able to achieve. And I really, really hope that this will induce you to try to start working with this feature after our discussion. And have you got any questions? Where all of us, our experts, are ready to help, I think. So please feel free to share your concerns on the chat, or reach out to our experts via LinkedIn after the webinar. And what hits the second spot closely is good results. I'm happy to share that almost a third of our audience were able to achieve really good results with custom product pages. Way to go. And so those guys who haven't tried it yet, I hope you will try it very soon and achieve the first, you will bear the first fruit after that. And now let's move on to the next subtopic here. When holding a previous webinar, guys, we asked our audience to share the main challenges they encounter when growing an app on the App Store. And 47%, almost a half, answered that increasing conversions from non-branded keywords was the key challenge. And 22% mentioned increasing traffic from branded keywords when running Apple search results campaigns. So Yi, I want to ask for your help here. I wanted to ask, how do you approach keyword research and targeting at Tilting Point? And probably you can share any tips for your fellow marketers on how they can improve results from bidding on non-branded keywords. We are all ears on that.
Yeah, so Regarding keyword research, I would say like leveraging a third-party tool like SplitMetric is definitely a good start. It will save your team a lot of time to find what your competitors are beating, what are the keywords rankings that you're beating, and also what are the trending keywords as well on the App Store. So you know like which keywords are getting more impressions in general, like understanding the market trend is important for all the UA managers, I would say. On the other one is about non-brand keywords. So I agree, it's definitely very challenging to get good performance on non-brand keywords versus brand keywords. It's definitely require constant testing, in my opinion. Overall, what I saw is many people do not spend much time on Apple Search Ads, which I totally understand, as it's definitely quicker for your manager to see result on other like social channels, ad networks, DSPs, etc. But I would say that if you really want to drive good results and scale with Apple Search Ads, it requires much more effort and time than what you expected compared to what you're spending with Facebook or Upload and Unity, etc. So it's either like you get the plan and you devote your time to do it. Otherwise, I would say you have less chance to see the success on, especially for the non-brand keywords. For us, for some of our games, we really want to see when we see brand keywords is working, we definitely want to try to scale and see if we can get some non-brand keywords working as well. Definitely start with the competitor keywords. I'd like to see what they're doing, why they are spending a lot and we're not spending. We also group them by tiers based on the popularity, because you want to put different bids and you want to optimize the bids towards the keywords. Then definitely we will evaluate the CPI and LTV on those ad groups, and then also go down to the individual keywords as well. Then we will see what is working, what is not working, and keep replace on new ones. Normally we start with like the more popular keywords, but for sure you have less chance to win on those keywords because those many people are bidding on it. And then we go down to like less the keyword has less popularity, and also you can bid lower on that as well. Sometimes you can find some keywords that is working for you and you can drive spend as well. For us, it's still challenging to scale on non-brand keywords. So that's something we have been continue working on with utilizing SplitMetrics platforms as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eve, for sharing your approach in such detail. Very interesting. You started with mentioning competitors, looking at competitors' keywords. I think I agree. It's like the first direction anyone can look at when thinking about keywords for bidding. And like once Thomas Petit said, it's a great opportunity to bite a piece of a pie on the App Store when bidding on your competitor keywords. So it's definitely worth trying. And now, Ben, I want to ask you, how can tracking and analyzing keyword performance help in refining and improving Apple Search Ads campaigns? Could you please share with us?
Yeah. As mentioned earlier, Adjust can allow you to optimize not only for the keywords, but also for the custom product pages. You can test different variations of the keywords to a custom product page to find the one that works best for you. Now consider your custom product pages. You want them to be as enticing as possible to your potential customers. So with Adjust, you can actually play around and experiment with different variations of keywords for these pages. And with Adjust, it comes with an unlimited look back window. It's part of the package, no extra cost, which means when using that, it can make it easier to calculate your lifetime value and your return on ad spend. So you're not just looking at immediate results, but you're also seeing how things perform over time.
Yeah, thanks for highlighting that, Ben. And now, Daria, it's your turn. Considering the importance of brand recognition and the potential reach of non-brand keywords, what strategies or like approach can app advertisers take when designing and optimizing their campaigns for these completely different keyword categories? What could you advise here?
Sure. I'm looking through the webinar chat, and I also see that there is some struggles, especially working with non-brand keywords. And I would say not only them bring challenges to app growth hackers who conduct Apple Search Ads campaigns. So I would say that the main step here is to start with a thought over structure. What we basically do at SplitMetrics is the first step. We traditionally conduct account health checks where we help our clients to find some growth points, especially in the structure. So today I would answer it in both theoretical and practical way. First of all, I would like to remind you how the process goes with the structure. So as you know, we start with brand keywords where we should, what we recommend to do is to build individual campaigns for all of the types. So when we speak about brand campaigns, they should include only brand keywords with exact match type. When we speak about generic campaigns, it should include non-branded keywords with exact match type as well. For you as an example of generic keyword, it should be the features or characteristics of specific features or category your app belongs to as a starting point to build your generic campaigns. Then we'll definitely speak about competitor campaigns. Lena and my colleagues spoke about them a lot. So basically the process is similar. We use exact match keywords, and there we find new growth opportunities among the names of competitors similar to your category. And last but not least is the discovery campaign, where our main goal is to bring new keywords and basically find new relevant search terms. So when we speak about discovery campaigns, we should not forget that we have search match functionality where we have search match keywords. Such campaigns will reach the vast audience and basically bring new users to your Apple Search Ads campaigns. So we should not forget the discovery campaign should have all exact keywords used in other campaigns as negative to prevent the traffic overlap. And what we see from our perspective is that sometimes we still see such type of, I can't call it mistakes, but still, as you work on a daily basis with a big list of keywords, it happens. So on our side, we have special automation rule template for it in order to decrease the amount of manual work in order to negate these keywords on discovery campaigns. And as a case, I decided to speak today about italki case. We collaborate with them on their numerous regions. If I'm not mistaken, it's United States, United Kingdom, France, Denmark, and others. And basically, we find out that when they work with brand generic competitor and discovery campaigns, they still have relevant keywords, and they still have this mistake I covered. So in order to prevent the traffic overlap, what we did is that we negated the keywords in the discovery campaigns, all the ones that we have in other campaigns in as exact match type. And we find out and basically brought new success to the brand. If we're speaking about numbers, so the number of stalls increased by around 75%. In this case, we could decrease the CPI twice. The number of events in this specifically naming conversions grew by around 77%, and cost per conversion reduced by around 50%. So as I mentioned earlier, a good structure is a key to success when you start doing Apple Search Ads, and not only.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daria. Like a good account structure is, I think, the first things first. When you're starting with Apple Search Ads, you need to build a great Apple Search Ads account structure. By the way, we have an Apple Search Ads course, and we describe there in detail the approach you might want to take when building an account structure. And now, guys, let's move on to the next topic. Victor, actually raised this topic on the chat. It's Apple Search Ads automation and measurement in innovative solutions. And as advertisers strive for increased efficiency and, of course, accurate measurement for data-driven strategies, Apple Search Ads automation tools and advanced measurement platforms play a crucial role in optimizing campaign performance and meeting your marketing objectives and business goals. So, Ben, could you please elaborate on how MMPs can help enable user acquisition specialists in evaluating the effectiveness of their Apple Search Ads campaigns and furthermore optimizing their ad budgets? Could you please highlight some innovative features and, I don't know, tools that can provide advertisers with most accurate measurement?
Yeah, sure. So Adjust integration with Apple Search Ads lets advertisers see just how effective their ads are. So right from Adjust users friendly dashboard datascape. So you got to picture this. You've got an ad campaign running on Apple Search Ads. As soon as it's live, bam, it pops up, right up on the dashboard. So right there, you can see exactly how it's doing. You can track the installs it's generating and even compare the performance with your other campaigns across all channels. So, it's all about context, right? So what's really cool is that it's not just about installs. You can also get the full picture of what happens after the install, the engagement, the interactions, everything. And all this data is available in one place, ready for you to make those quick data-driven decisions that matter. So let's say a user clicks on your ad from Apple Search Ads, downloads your app, and starts using it. So with Adjust, we'll start connecting the dots and attribute that install and engagement back to that specific campaign and even that keyword that you were searching for. And it doesn't stop there. If the user engaged with another ad or creative that's being run on another channel, you'll see that too. So with Adjust, we give you a complete picture of how Apple Search Ads and other channels contribute to your overall marketing success. Also, you get access to raw data via callbacks, which means you can dig deeper. You'll be able to figure out whether a user has just reinstalled your app or if they're a brand new user. Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. And now let's move on to Daria. Daria, as an expert on Apple Search Ads, please enlighten us how SplitMetrics Acquire helps advertisers seeking automation and ways to optimize their campaigns. Please list some features and capabilities that are absolutely a must for Apple Search Ads campaign measurement, in your opinion. Spoiler, I think there will be automation, about which Victor asked previously.
Yeah, I would say that there even more to that. I didn't point to what Ben mentioned is, and basically we are partnering with Adjust and helping to connect the dots between Apple Search Ads and post-install data. So definitely it's all great to know that you have a one place to see it all. But of course, as the name of our webinar is automation, so I will speak a lot about them today because I would say this is the features that our clients like the most. Why? Because we have presetted more than 200 templates, which could help you solve any problem you have in regards of managing Apple Search Ads and basically help you to eliminate this manual work you have in-house. So as an example of the template, it could be reactivating, converting the keywords that convert for you. Or if you're such type of a person who really is interested to take into consideration your post-install metrics or some custom metrics you create, we have possibility to create more granular approach of automations where we take into consideration different and or conditions. So if one condition is not following another, what what the system would do then, in order to eliminate your manual work, of course, and of course to be fast, because I believe in Apple Search Ads, speed is one of the priorities, because you need to be faster than your competitors. As an example of such an automation rule, it could be decreasing beats when we optimize multiple conversions. For example, impressions, take into consideration the metrics of CPI or like some valuable metrics, or taking post-install data like registration or purchases. What else is that we spoke a lot today about custom product pages, and basically with the help of automation rules, you can automate the process, as we see that the percentage of people who have not started even using custom product pages yet, it could be a nice approach for you to test, basically to automate the process based on the metrics or the KPIs you're handling in your teams. And more to that, in addition to in-app purchases of subscriptions, in-app events, we have possibility to optimize and automate the process towards ad revenue metrics, which is also good for both gaming and non-gaming clients of ours. In addition to that, for the beginners or for the Apple Search Ads users who have campaigns that work successfully, but they still want to maintain their success, we have a quick and easy opportunity to optimize towards specific KPIs you have, like CPI ROAS and even CPA metrics you have in-house. And last but not least, as you see, I can speak about Acquire for a long time because I really like the product and really like the result we get. I would name, of course, the competitor insights we can get, because as we spoke today about custom product pages and possibility to sneak peek on what your competitor is doing regarding the visuals and keyword part, the possibility to see top 10 apps by share of voice, which are bidding on your specific keywords you're using to better understand the competition and find new opportunities for growth. And last but not least to mention, recently we launched a metric called Relevancy Score. If you run Apple Search Ads campaigns, you definitely know how relevancy is the key, especially if you are looking for new keywords to bid on. So basically, we could provide you insights on that for you to take smart decisions and make quick results. And I'm really excited to know what Yi is using in SplitMetrics and Koi and what she likes the most.
Agree. Thanks so much, Daria, and passing the floor to Yi. You could
yes.
As a really well-known mobile game publisher with a great portfolio, and we are proud to say that you're our customer and leveraging SplitMetrics Acquire. So I agree with Daria. Would be great to hear your hands-on experience with that.
Yes. So I believe we used like SplitMetrics for like a bit more than a year now. So it's definitely like improved our efficiency a lot, especially with the direct integration between Adjust and SplitMetrics. It makes the process of creating the campaign and measuring the performance much easier. I think like all the users who had done the campaign on Apple Search platform itself knows that it's not really user friendly or very advanced platform, I would say, compared to many others. The good thing with the integration between Adjust and SplitMetric is like you can check all the campaign ad group keyword performance on one platform, and you can so that's the first thing we like the most. There also have some charts where you can see the trends. You can pick the KPI what you want to see. The second thing we like the most is the automation. So that, as I mentioned before, that one of the reasons that many people don't spend a lot of time with Apple Search Ads is still manual bidding overall compared to its auto bidding. I mean, it's not always auto bidding on other channels, but it's much efficient and you don't need to change the bid very frequently. However, on Apple Search Ads, I do believe that we need to change the bid very frequently if you're not seeing good results or your traffic is very limited, so you're not able to scale. With the automation, like you can set up your rules on the percentage you want to change on the bid and the budget as well. So you can see a quicker impact when using the automation versus you have the UA manager to do the bid and budget changes by themselves. And I would say like overall that really make the Apple search ads more efficient. There are definitely more features that you can see, like what they say, the popularity, the competitor keywords, etc. So there's more columns you will have on SplitMetrics versus what you're having on Apple search ads. But the key, I would say the key usage is like the campaign setup process, the measurement, plus the automation on the bid and budget.
Thank you so much, Yi, for such a detailed response. Yeah, you can go nowhere without automation today. So thanks for highlighting that. And now, before getting to the long-awaited, I believe, Q&A session, our event team will launch another quick poll to catch those of our audience who are interested in learning more about Apple Search Ads. So guys, please vote if you're interested. And I believe many of you actually are. And now switching to this Q&A session I've already announced, and I see a lot of questions on the chat, and I believe that we have partially covered some of them during our discussion, and I saw that some of the experts covered it on the chat as well. But let's see, let me fish some of the questions for you and for our experts. So the first one, how can I boost underperforming keywords? A really good one, and I think Ben, you could answer this one.
Yeah, the first one I can think of is to reevaluate your keyword relevance. You can increase your bid amounts. So if your keyword's not getting enough impressions or it's losing an auction, you should raise your bid, because higher bids can increase the likelihood of your ad being displayed. I would, expand to similar keywords. So, pull out a thesaurus and take a look and see what kind of synonyms you can come up with these keywords and put them all inside there. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, you can set negative keywords. So, make sure that you're excluding all irrelevant search terms, to make sure that's out of there. And then lastly, what I always think is good is to monitor your competition. So take a look, see what they're doing, see their strategy, and take a look at, any new keywords that you might be missing out on.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. You should always keep an eye on your competitors. And now let's move on to the next question. Wow, I think it will be relevant to Yi. We've just launched a new game and started using Apple Search Ads. What's the most important KPIs to focus on? So Yi, could you please share an answer?
Yes, so we're actually launching new games this year as well. So we actually we're really doing the the planning. Overall, I would say in the first month, our goal is more like a mix of volume and ROAS as well. So definitely we were looking at CPI and the ROAS, both metrics, and we were looking at it differently. So we will have campaigns or keywords that we know will drive a lot of valuable users. And then on the other side, we would, like I said before, we really want to test on the Today tab, where the user quality might not be as good as the search result, especially for the brand keywords, but we might able to see good volumes there. Although, as I said, we need to test about that, but that's our plan. On the first month, both volume and value is important. We really want to believe that it will help the growth on the organic side as well. And then I would say after a month or two of like the push, really depends on what the metrics we're seeing, we will focus more on the ROAS. So really looking at the keyword performance, the placement performance, finding the keyword that working for our audience, finding the CPP that works the best based on our creative testing, etc. So more narrowed down to our key audience, key locations as well. Yeah, I think that will be our approach when we evaluate the KPIs.
Thank you so much, Yi. I think someone is writing down your answer right now. It's very helpful. Thank you. And you mentioned testing Today tab, and I want to announce the next question from our chat. It's about Today tab ads. What's the difference in performance between old format Today tab ads and the new format? Daria, you partially highlighted this question, so could you please answer this one?
Oh yeah, I basically really enjoyed it when I saw it because it's a hot topic as well. I believe you will agree that since the beginning and since the change on the Today's tab app ads, we still see a new approach of users interacting with our product. So, and we basically still doing lots of tests with our clients, and we see that as it's a new placement, it's still a long process for us to make final decisions on how it works for different categories. But basically what we see based on the feedback of our clients is that approval process became easier. So it's a great opportunity to test this new placement, I would say. Another point which we find out is that we see the increase of impressions for the campaigns that have switched to this new Today's tab ads approach. Secondly, what we find out, which is also a good sign, is that the amount of installs is increased as well. So we really expect that this new placement will influence in a positive way on our post-install metrics. But of course, I would like to highlight it's always the process of testing. So we still see that in some cases the TTR could fluctuate. So I would definitely recommend to test because it all depends on the category, on the type of course, on the type of icon, title, and subtitle you're having, because basically at the moment, apart from seeing custom product pages, the users see icon, title, and subtitle first, and they just make a decision based on it. So yeah, I would say this is my feedback regarding the new placement. Go and test it.
Thank you so much, Daria. And guys, I see we are running out of time, but we still have questions, but I think we'll drop the last one and answer all other questions afterwards. So quickly, how to grow an app if we launched just a week ago? Oh, welcome newcomers. Or maybe you have any tips on how to boost app installs on its release day. Ben, I think this one is yours.
Sure. I think the easiest one is to, leverage social media. So, regularly posting about your app on all platforms. So like TikTok, Facebook, or sorry, Meta, Instagram, LinkedIn, using relevant hashtags. So that way it's discoverable, collaborating with influencers. So that way, people collaborating with influencers that, would make, that are in the niche of your app. Then also, optimize for App Store search. So make sure your app title, your description, your keywords are optimized in the App Store or Google Play. And of course, high quality screenshots and video previews are a must. Definitely have to show the users what to expect. And then this is, another one is leveraging your network. So, share the app with your friends, colleagues, ask them to share it with their networks, join, forums, communities, groups, any kind of, forum that you think your app would be niche and become an active participant in there. And then, obviously, start with a launch campaign. You can do incentives, discounts, things like that. Collaborate with related apps for cross promotions. And then obviously the last is, invest in ads on platforms like Facebook, Meta, Google Ads, Twitter, to target specific demographics.
Thank you so much, Ben. Well, it's like an ultimate ready-made mini checklist for promoting an app after launch. So thank you. And now I would like to thank everyone for their participation. I'd like to thank you guys, our amazing audience. You guys are just awesome. You're so active. You shared your concerns, challenges, asked questions, and we promise we will answer the remaining questions after the webinar. We'll send you the follow-up. And thank you for voting actively and sharing your experience with Apple Search Ads placements and custom product pages. And of course, I would love to thank our amazing experts, our beloved panelists today from Tilting Point, from Adjust, and of course, SplitMetrics. Thank you so much, Yi, Ben, and Daria, for sharing sometimes eye-opening insights, already made mini guides, very useful, very insightful, and I hope that our audience bring home a lot after today's discussion. So thank you, guys. Have a really great rest of the week, great weekend ahead, and let's keep in touch. Drop us a line, drop a line to our experts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.